I don't usually do videos on sport, even though I love it. I love footy, I love cricket, and the rest of all it's pretty good too. But I got to talk about the Jonny Bairstow run-out incident. It happened along 24, almost 48 hours ago. I wasn't going to comment, but it's still going on, and the Prime Minister of Britain's commented on it, so I'm going to do it too. It was clearly out, obviously out, and I think that Carey did a really good job. Alex Carey did a really good job. I think he should be commended. I don't think it's fair criticism he's copying. I think it's indicative of perhaps a bigger issue that the English public just genuinely don't understand Test cricket anymore. That they had some success in the one days and the T20, but for so long, just the home cricket hasn't been that good at Test cricket. That they just haven't thought it all through. About a million times in my life I've thought through, and I'm sure 1.3 billion Indians have all thought this through as well as a handful of Pakistanis and Kiwis and everyone else, that when the bowler bowls the ball, it beats the bat, beats the stumps, and the keeper takes the ball, and the batsman and non-striker try and sneak a single, a bye through to the keeper, as you would say. Why doesn't the keeper just throw the ball to first slip throws it to the gully to mid-off, and mid-off back to the bowler, and then look up at the batsman and think, you sneaky buggers, are you guys going to try and sneak a single at this point in time? It was a dead ball. The game is live so long as the batsmen consider that they can take a single, but conversely, should the batsman defend the ball to say mid-wicket, and the non-striker is well short of his ground because he runs out of the crease trying to back up too far, and he thinks to himself, my goodness, I'm out. Why doesn't he just stop and do a bit of gardening? Talk to the other batsmen, look up at the sun, readjust his pads, and then when the bails come off, say, you sneaky fielders, you try to run me out in a dead ball. Clearly the game had stopped. The solution to both problems is that both the fielding side and the batting side get to determine whether or not the game is still live. It's not up to the umpires at all. It's not up to stupid Stuart Broad doing his pantomime of sticking his bat back in the crease. And it's not up to Jonny Bairstow doing his magic back foot back in the crease, mark his mark sort of thing that he thought was so special that now he can wander out of his crease. It's up to the fielding side as well to determine that it's dead ball. Alex Carey clearly thought the game was live. You can see it in his body action. You can see in how animated he was in taking the ball quickly and then immediately in one action throwing down the stumps. He never stopped for a second. And he had good probable cause to it. The commentary team showed that Jonny Bairstow was in the habit of wandering out of his crease. You'll see it with spin bowlers. The wicketkeeper will take the ball and he'll just hold his gloves above the bails for like 2-3 seconds, and the batter will lose, Inzamam ul Haq usually will lose his balance and topple forward a bit, not attempting a run, but the game is still live. The keeper is still thinking there's a wicket, the bails come off and he is out. And in the same respect, Jonny Bairstow is just clearly out. And it's not controversial and it's not against the spirit of the game. It's just the English think they own the words of the spirit of the game. It's because they can't win cricket anyway. So they think that this is the only way that they can stay in. It's just plainly out. And I hope the greater cricketing community stands behind Alex Carey, who did a really good job in contriving a wicket under good, within the spirit of the game, within the laws of the game, certainly, circumstances. And Jonny Bairstow had to walk his ass back to the pavilion because he was bloody lazy. I stand by Pat Cummins and Alex Carey and the rest of the Australian cricket team. And the English behaved like pork chops on that day. They were really drunk. The longer in people had no class at all. And I like that Usman Khawaja stood his ground. He was exactly the right person to do it. Had Dave Warner or Pat Cummins or someone else done it, there would have been a scene. But Uzi is like peacefulness personified. And I really hope we go on and win. I always hope we go on and win 5-0, but I really hope we do now. All right, that's the end of this video. If you're interested in cricket, I'm sorry, but I really had to put that out there. Thank you.